Tesla has finally charged into India. But beyond the buzz and excitement of sleek EVs on Indian streets is the rise of Teslanomics. Because it's not just another foreign automaker entering India. It marks a turning point in India's consumption story, where demand for luxury and premiumization is alive and growing. It's an economic ignition fueling India's growth trajectory. Buckle up, the Teslanomics ride is just beginning. Tesla's India's entry has been 10 years in the making. And I'm sure by now you would have seen a lot of reviews on the car, its performance, etc. In this very special show, we're talking about the Tesla. We're talking about the economics of India that allows for a Tesla right now, the demand it could be seen, and why so much excitement about the EV space. But I'm not going to do this by myself. To help me really take you through Teslanomics, I have invited along on this shoot Mr. Dinesh Thakkar. All of you know him, of course, as the force behind Angel One, a veteran market voice. But I don't know how many of you know that he's a complete auto enthusiast and has a garage, which I think is everyone's envy. Thank you so much, Mr. Thakkar, for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for this opportunity. As I also am a car enthusiast, so definitely I would really be very excited to drive this car with you and plus engage in markets and plus some talks on my car garage.
Yeah. So by the way, I don't know if you guys know, but he has McLarens, Porsches, and believes in performance over luxury. I think that is one thing that you're going to be looking for. Is this about style and how much of it is about performance?
See, for Tesla, I would say I would look at kind of like innovation, what they have brought in. Apart from being EV, I think this company innovates a lot. And we also being into a field where we believe innovation is going to create deep penetration. So that is a common element what I am looking at Tesla. Tesla is nothing but a computer on wheels. So that way, I would say it is more than a car.
You know, the biggest test, at least for any car company and even for a Tesla, is grappling with Mumbai roads. So let's see how that goes. All right, we're starting off our drive, and as has been explained to us, first of all, are you excited?
Yeah, definitely. Very excited.
I promise to drive as well as I can. Thank you. Thank you
I fully
for
trust you.
with this. So the way this works is pretty interesting. So I have to, everything is on this screen. There's pretty much nothing here in the center of the car. It's very different from what you see. Nothing around the steering wheel. Everything is from the screen. Now, that can be, I think, excellent if once you get used to it. Perhaps right in the beginning, it'll take some getting used to, because that's not how other cars usually work. So here we go. And we're off. So you know what's exciting about this, Dinesh? I feel that the way they've made this so intuitive. I'm going to start the conversation talking a bit about Tesla, and the whole concept of this conversation, of course, with Dinesh Thakkar, has been to talk about Teslanomics. Has Tesla's time come in India? We've been waiting for this for at least a decade now. By the time it has come, there are other competitors, but Tesla still has that brand value. So some of your thoughts on that. First, Mr. Thakkar, considering that you are truly a car lover and you believe in performance over luxury.
See, Tamanna, what I see is that Tesla is a company who really innovated and built all their cars from grassroots level as an EV. So technology what they are using is purely thought based on how EV should function, how EV should look like. So you look at all the functions like over here, everything is on the dashboard, which unlike EVs that we see, which are converts from internal combustion engine to this, they are more luxurious car where all the software is fitted. This I am feeling as if it is a computer on wheels. So everything is like so well kind of like designed and so user friendly. And that is really, I'm actually, this is first time I'm sitting as close to steering wheel as I can sit. So I can see all these functions, and that excites me.
Are you pointing out to the fact that I've pulled my seat really up front so that my legs can reach?
So that is what I'm saying. Even like you were concerned about whether I would be able to reach accelerator and brake properly, I can see that you are
I'm
in a well position.
Yeah.
And I had to align my seat so that I am totally aligned to your seat, and I'm sitting as close to seat as, and that is helping me to really understand these functions better.
When this whole news came about that Tesla is coming into India finally, before that, a lot of news about what were the conditions that were needed for Tesla to come into India. The Indian government wanted some investments, etc. What would be the pricing be? Tariffs. Now that it has actually come in, do you think this is something that's going to be exciting for Indian consumers?
I feel that they have come half-hearted. I would have expected them to come full-hearted, agree to what government had asked for, because India is a big market. So investment of 500 million US dollar and Indianizing their kind of like components in next 3 years was something I think Tesla should have gone for. But maybe currently they want to try out on a test case basis whether actually this market is really good for commitment. But this commitment is going to go beyond 500 million, but it is win-win situation for Tesla as well as for India. I hope that this experiment, what they are doing currently with just a few dealership over here, goes beyond that. And I feel price point currently is just too high because of import duty that they have to pay around 110%. And once they agree to terms what government has set, they can bring in this car by paying just 15% import duty. By that, they will be able to price it properly at 40 lakh around, which is the segment where India is really seeing good growth.
When we're talking about Teslanomics, and we spoke a fair bit about the car, I want to link it to and get your view on this consumption boom in India. This is something which I think even market has been betting on since budget this year, because these tax cuts came in. The premiumization theme has been there in Indian markets, in the economy for quite some time. How do you see this product and this launch in that bigger picture? Just as an example, there's a real estate developer who's come into Mumbai for the second time, a Delhi-based developer who's starting apartments at 6.5 crores. So those are the same guys who are going to come out and buy cars like this, isn't it?
Yeah, I think India, in terms of being aspirational and being a big consumption story, still, I think the story has just begun. If you look at current, our per capita income would be average around US 2,800 something, and we have seen big kind of consumption story play out when per capita income goes to 5,000 and 10,000, which is just maybe 5 to 10 years away. So I feel that brands like this who are thinking about being in India and capture this big consumption story, they have to look at next 25 years. They have to look at Viksit Bharat year 2047. And if you look at this category of HNI, what we call, or emerging HNI, who are earning between 50 lakh to 1 crore, that population is growing at the rate of 14 to 15%. So that is the fastest growth across the globe. And brands like Tesla, who are really trustworthy, who can really bank big on this consumption story, they should take serious view about next 10, 20 years rather than taking kind of a short-term view. So I believe this consumption story and aspirational story of India has played out well, and it is a beginning, I would say.
Let's talk a bit about your passion for cars. Because this is something you really have bragging rights on. What is the latest addition to your collection, and how often are you driving?
Latest, I bought McLaren 750S, which is a special kind of 60-year edition what they came out. It is only one in India. So that is my latest kind of like equation in my garage. And I drive it often, like every weekend we go for a drive. 15 days back, I took my AMG GT Black Series, which is AMG's track car version. And Black Series is supermost model in terms of performance. We took it to Netrex. Netrex is an this thing track built for automobile testing and all that. Over there, any speed is allowed. So I drove my car at 325 km per hour, which is legal, official. So I have a good kind of like collection of car. I'm fond of performance car. So when I started my car collection in 2015, actually, I started very late because I was busy in business. So I did not want to get distracted. So I started with buying a Mini Cooper, which was 180 horsepower. And today, as we speak, all my cars are I have bought are 750 horsepower, and 0 to 100 is within, say, like below 3 seconds.
Just coming back to the point of appetite right now, with what we're seeing in the markets, and I'm just switching gears over there a little bit. That's car.
There are no gears over here, so we have to switch.
So we have to switch gears and drive the conversation in a different direction. Oh, I can do this all day. Okay, I just want to talk about the fact that FIIs just seem to be very, very cautious on India, and which is why you look at corporate results, a mixed bag, not that great in parts, but definitely not the kind of disappointment you should see with the FII selling. What do you think is the cause of concern right now?
I think these last 2 quarters we have seen a perfect storm for our market, where we saw US tariff being uncertain. Definitely it creates uncertainty, and people would like to wait and watch. And we saw even in terms of global inflation, everything was too high. So there is a concern in terms of how US dollar will behave, and geopolitical issues and all that. Things are sorting out. I feel by quarter 3, 4, you will see again corporate earning picking up. As I said, that tariff matter also will get resolved. Good, bad, whatever. What investor wants, certainty. So I'm very kind of like hopeful. See, what has kept this market up is retail money. So I'm seeing retail inflows have continued to flow in our market. And today, as we speak, retail is holding around 18% of market cap. So in that sense, even retail is under-owning this asset class. If you look at the way they're investing, the way this asset has appreciated. I was just looking at data. Retail's AUM in the market, direct and indirect, was around 16.5 lakh crore, which as we speak is around 70 lakh crore. So they have seen appreciation of around CAGR of 15% on that wealth. So what I see is that they will continue to remain in this market, which keeps our market steady. Now imagine FIs coming in and putting in around 2 lakh crore per year, what they used to put in. We are going to see a good steady market in terms of liquidity. Now if you look at current account deficit, our fiscal deficit is very disciplined. Oil prices are favorable. So I am seeing lots of reason to be optimist for the market.
Earnings growth is
exactly.
quite muted. No?
Yeah. So I think everything is going to pick up. You have to just wait for a few quarters. I'm not seeing market to be giving any sharp correction. It may consolidate for some time, and then we'll see a good appreciation from there on.
We're getting to this interesting part of the drive, the coastal road again. Switching gears again. I just want to talk about the infrastructure. We're doing this drive, by the way, on the coastal road. And for Mumbai, so starved of good infrastructure of that sense, this has been such a boon. That infrastructure boom, that entire story, do you think that that's a little underplayed? Because our biggest cities are leveling up like never before.
See, I believe infrastructure is going to make a big difference. I think government has done their bit. If we want India to really see a good growth rate for next 20-25 years, what we're talking about, Viksit Bharat, government has to do heavy lifting in terms of building good world-class infrastructure.
No, so just on the part of the kind of appetite we're seeing right now for primary market, do you see this as an opportunity for all of those investors who are now really putting their faith in equity, or some will be fooled over here? Because obviously, Behti Ganga mein sab haath dalenge.
See, market would never be 100% safe. That is a role of a regulator to see how to make it safest as possible. But retail have to use their own kind of sense and do their own research when they're investing, especially when they're investing in SME kind of sector. But overall, I am seeing that good, healthy IPOs are coming. Last year also, we saw around 1,50,000 crores were raised in primary market. So overall, I see it's a good kind of thing which is happening in India. And IPO quality, if you ask me, because I've seen this market for last 30 years. So IPO quality recently, what we are seeing in last 3-5 years are really a good quality.
I just wonder if, Indian investors are continuing to have patience. You talked about a lot of headwinds that we saw in the last few months. F&O regulations are among them as well. And since you have this bird's eye view of investor appetite, number of demat accounts, activity, etc., are you seeing that appetite continue or a little subdued in terms of volumes?
My experience is that because our country demographic is quite young, so people come for excitement and quick money. And in a year or two, they understand that they would not be able to beat market or create wealth through speculation. And what I have seen is that then they slowly move towards investment, to SIPs in mutual fund, and they create a good portfolio. Speculating in F&O and all that, we have to control it, but it would be difficult to totally stop that.
Just look at this view. This is insane. Like while we're driving, I can get a 360 degree view of the car and everything around it. Do you think there can be a Tesla autopilot?
No,
in India?
It will take time. In India, it will take time because we have to have lots of road design discipline, driver's discipline, because suddenly driver changes lane. Bombay still it is good. If you look at Delhi, they change lane without informing and all that. So I don't think it would be too much for Tesla to really navigate that. Because you are used to Indian roads, so something can come, so we are always alert. So if you look at always your 1 feet would be on the brake also when you're accelerating.
Yeah.
Suddenly I may change it.
Yeah.
So overall I feel that Tesla has to kind of Indianize lots of things. Currently, whatever features are available may not be fully used in India. But India is somewhere, I would say, EV is an attractive proposition. People love it. If at all they are able to work out maintenance-free kind of car, which EVs are, and bring the cost down of spare parts and everything, it can really become very popular.
I also wonder if EV is going to be the focus that policymakers will take, because after a point, hybrid is also something which your largest auto companies are pushing towards. Your biggest players are not necessarily lock, stock and barrel in EV, right?
See, what I believe is that it's all about sustainability and all that. And Tesla from day one is into this segment. So whatever comes, they would be there with new innovations. So Tesla has to take this as a mission, that how to penetrate deep in India in terms of sustainable energy and all that. If they are able to take this as a mission, work with government and give good solutions, I think this is a right company who can work with this government, and it's a big opportunity for them.
They also have to, look at their global sales numbers coming in. Their largest market right now is China, where they're losing some steam as well. If you're not in India as a global player, where are you?
Exactly. So if you look at their numbers, even US, their numbers have dropped. Even in China, it has dropped almost 10-11%. That's I would say, substantial drop. And China would like to promote the local brands. They are gearing up big in terms of EV.
What I find also reassuring is that Tesla has come into India at a time when there are enough players within India as well. It's not as if we're starved for any options. In this price range, lower price range, you have Indian car makers who've come up with some very sharp products out there. So I think that also is a good thing. At least Indian consumer has a choice today, and this is one of the choices.
Yeah, it is a kind of a healthy competition. We have India First Design creators like Tata, Mahindras and all that. But I think there is a space for enough players in EV. See, all said and done, we are seeing kind of an acceptance of EV in India. and we are seeing people want choices. So in this segment, I think people would love to have Tesla at a higher end. At mid and lower end, maybe other manufacturers can get a good market share. So overall, I feel that it is just kind of an underpenetrated, just started kind of a thing market on EV.
Do you think Musk should have come for the launch?
I'm sure that he can't avoid such a big market, and I feel once they decide seriously on India that we are going to put a plant over here, we will surely see him coming over here and inaugurating a plant.
What was your first car?
So I started with Premier Padmini Fiat, if you remember, in 1990s and all that. So it was 40 horsepower just. So it was just a car for commuting. Then I shifted to E-Class Mercedes.
From Fiat, from Premier Padmini, you went to E-Class.
Between I had a few second-hand cars. So it's a long story. So like then I went to Premier Padmini 118 NE. Then I bought a Maruti Esteem. Then I shifted to Mercedes E-Class.
What is the most basic car that you have right now?
Right now, basic for office.
Sabzi kharidne wala car.
Sabji kharidne wala car. No.
No, I know. I'm not claiming. I'm not claiming that Dinesh Thakkar goes to buy sabzi, but okay.
No, like when driver goes, definitely they have a different car, but I think I should not be talking about that. I should be talking about my cars for office commuting. I used to use S-Class. Now I'm using the same BMW i7.
Okay.
So that is a kind of like daily commute car. And sometime if I like, I just go in my Lamborghini Urus. Today also came in my Lamborghini Urus.
You know, you talked about performance at the start. Before we started our interview also, you talked about how performance is key, which is why you were interested in the story of this company. Is that something you look at in your business philosophy also with your company very closely?
See, I draw parallels between Tesla and my company. See, Tesla came in with a mindset of disrupting, innovating. So it is a big innovation in a car industry. So I believe I want to use this innovation to make financial service accessible in India for retail audience, especially people who have stayed away from market for all these years. I want to use kind of like technology where everything what they want in terms of guidance, in terms of what they have to buy, when they have to shuffle their portfolio, what protection they want to buy, should be so intelligently integrated in a phone. It becomes like an autopilot in Tesla, which is not allowed in India. But at least in financial service, I'm hopeful a regulator will allow that when a person is earning their first money, my app can guide them what is the first investment to do. When they're taking an EMI, at what price they should take. When they're taking some risk in terms of leveraging and buying a home, they should know what protection they should buy.
Do you think that the next innovation in this whole capital market space is yet to come?
Oh, big innovation yet to come. I don't think we have seen anything in innovation. Now imagine you want to create a portfolio with investing just 500 rupees. Today, is it possible? Yes, to some extent. Now you want an exotic kind of like portfolio manager to work a portfolio for you. Just you want to invest 500 per month. It is possible. Now if you look at like use of blockchain, already there are lots of sandbox experiments going on, that we can tokenize all the assets, we can fractionalize all the assets, and by using this cryptography, all these assets can be held in a very fractional value.
So today if someone's watching this and has the aspiration that they want to buy a Tesla one day, you know, your story as well, they want to follow, you've gone from a Premier Padmini to I don't know how many high performance cars, what would be your guidance to them?
See, I would say that, okay, have a proper roadmap of what are your aspirations in life and how you're going to achieve it. As in my story, I saw Mercedes G-Wagon when I was in college. I was in junior college. So that time I made up a mind that I want to buy this car. But I was not impulsive to think that I want to buy it in a year, or I knew it was going to take time. It was a very costly car. So one has to plan their things, how to fulfill your aspirations. So I would say start your journey with proper SIP, when you get your first check, when you get your first earning, put 5-10% of your earning regularly in SIP, index stocks, index mutual fund, or ETFs. That gives you a good appreciation.
Very interesting, the kind of growth that you would see. But in terms of the amount of risk appetite you should have, what is the rule of thumb for that?
See, I believe this asset is considered risky. It is not risky. It is volatile. That is what people don't understand. They will say, I bought this thing today. Oh, it went down by 10%. But if you make a proper kind of staggered investment plan, you will see volatility will be limited.
Ooh, this was a fun ride. I actually enjoyed this. Okay. So, Mr. Dinesh Thakkar, today you have proven your risk appetite as an entrepreneur. You've allowed me to drive you through the city in a Tesla, which I drove for the first time. It was a very enjoyable ride for me. But are you convinced? How many are you going to buy now?
First of all, people ask me, what is the trait to be a successful in business? That's the trait, that we take risk. Although I was saying you are unable to, your feet was not reaching to accelerator and brake also, but I still had trust that you'd be able to drive me safe. And we reached over here. And on Tesla, definitely, I am a person who would like performance car. So I would wait for Cybertruck or the Roadster, which is coming, which is going to achieve 0 to 100 in less than 2 seconds. So I'd wait for that models to come and then I will buy it. But till the time, I feel that I'm better off with whatever cars I have.
Which are not few, by the way. But thank you so much
for
joining us on this episode.
Thank you.